lot of broker owners and team leaders that are having a hard time with holding their agents accountable and engaging with their agents with regards to those activities that generate business do some tracking, but they typically track the wrong stuff. Okay. Most of us track results. We track what I call results based indicators or RBIs. Okay. They track how many deals an agent has closed year to date. They track how many listings they have, how many transactions are currently under contract. So those are birds in the hand. They're already results. They've already happened. They're not actionable. All we're going to do is try to finish out those transactions, get those listings sold, things like that. What we don't do is track their activities, and I call those ABIs, activity-based indicators. That's the key component. What activities are they doing that will generate new business they don't already have? And that's where top producing agents, they know that difference. And no one likes to be that salesman. No one likes to put themselves out there. No one likes to be vulnerable. No one likes to spend money for business. All of those types of things are hard. They're hard for me. They're hard for everybody. That's why top agents typically are pretty self-aware. They're self-aware. They're not in denial. They know those things are hard for them. So they do things like get coaches to hold them accountable. They do things like get systems, tracking. They use calendars. They use lots of things because they're self-aware. They need those things, or otherwise they will not do their activities-based indicators. And then the results-based indicators won't follow, right? Putting those types of accountability pieces in place are what creates motivation. Rah, and we're going to do this, gang, does create a level of short-term motivation. That's why we all go to real estate conferences and we're all fired up and recharged and going to rush it, all that kind of stuff after agents get back from a conference. But then a week later, you know what happens? It all wanes. And that's the problem. How do we sustain that motivation over a period of time? And that's done by accountability. You'll see a lot of team leaders and broker owners will say, I got all these agents, but they just don't do anything. They may not be, but are you doing your part? Do you have a production-centric atmosphere that focuses on production and holds agents accountable and helps engage them with the activities that lead them to the results they want to hit their goals? So the responsibility falls on the leader. We coach many of the highest producing agents and teams and brokerages in this country. When they come and they ask for help, this is where we see there's a lot of ways we can help, not so much the agents, it's the leaders. Then you'll see the leaders, they'll come with things. I'm just going to recruit producing agents, or I'm just going to let in successful agents, and that never seems to work either, because if you bring them in and you don't help them grow their business, then what value are you adding to your agent? So your retention slips, because now they can move to somebody else, or they're just going to go to a place that's cheaper if you're not adding value. And that's the best way you can add value, is help them sell more real estate to hit their goals. That's what they're in business. It's really crucial that we establish that we can do that. And quite frankly, only the top teams are able to hold their agents accountable at a high level. Most teams can't. Certainly most traditional brokerages can't. They're just people hanging their license, and you're there to help them when they want to be helped until they leave you. And getting higher producing agents in your brokerage, believe it or not, you have the ability to make the agents you have produce, or at least a certain number of them. But we have to put some of those systems in place. It's every single agent's desire is to earn more income and or work less because they've earned enough income to leverage themselves. That's always their goal. And if you can be a catalyst in that, your brokerage, your team, or your organization can be a catalyst in that, you'll change their lives, right? So what we've got is our agent management portal at Icenhower Coaching and Training. And it is actually a system, the first system of its kind, that is held for agent training and tracking of their activities. And it actually ties in with all of their other online programs as well, too, including your CRM, any scoreboard or dashboard programs you have, plugs in and integrates with all of them so you can hold agents accountable. It's great for new agent onboarding, new licensees, top producing agents. We have training for every level. It even allows you to create your own courses that you really need to, because you have your own training for your own CRM that you need to create. And you have your own training for your own MLS systems, because everybody has different MLSs and associations of realtors across the country, creating your own training with how to like enter a listing, how to search for properties, how to create a CMA, even training like how you want them to hold listing consultations, buyer consultations. We have our training you can use. You can create your own if you like the way you do it, how to hold open houses. So our clients that subscribe to the agent management portal are using both our training and using our AI, artificial intelligence course creator, to help create their own videos. And it spits out wonderful student workbooks for you and presentation slides for you so that you can actually hold them accountable of that training as well too. And you can see real time who's doing it and who's not, whether they're at home or in your office. It's neat. Christina, do you have a way you can actually show them some of these tools as well too? Show them some of the progress reporting and the dashboards and all the different features it's got there. I think it's pretty cool. For those of you listening in, I can describe it, but it's got a really easy, simple user interface that links in with all of our stuff. You can create your own groups too for different offices, for different teams, for different types of producers, low producers, new agents, top producers, things like that. You can give them different access to different things, different administrative access to different leaders in your organization that are handling different groups of agents. Very able to be flexible and freestyle with this new system. It's amazing. It gets better every day too. Christina, what do you got?
For those who can't see our screen right now, I'm on reports and I'm under an administrator role. And you can see all of your agents listed down, and you can see how many courses are assigned to them, how many courses they've completed. You can go under courses and segment it by that and see how many learners are in that course and how many have actually completed it. You can look under groups and you can segment it that way. So maybe you have different coaches within your team, and you can see how they're doing and how they're managing the agents under them. You can look at learning activities. And so maybe you have assignments. Maybe they need to have a certain amount of SOI added every week. You can track that. And you can look at timeline and you can see who is logging into your agent management portal, how long they're in the portal. As an instructor, you can go into your reports and you can look at each user and have a weekly or monthly report sent to you with an Excel spreadsheet. And so you can track it. You could set it on autopilot and then you get the report sent to you. Brian, there is a ton of ways that coaches and brokers can focus on what their clients are doing and what their agents are doing.
Yeah, and these are great opportunities to reach out and engage. A lot of the clients that use the portal, our coaches will actually work with our leaders and they try to hold them accountable. For example, they'll say log into the AMP every single day and look at maybe, let's say, 3 of your agents per day. And then you reach out to them and say, hey, man, I saw you finished that course. Or, wow, I saw you attended the sales meeting last week. Because you can actually track attendance on all your live sales meetings and webinars, all of that. You can give access and you can start training for recruiting purposes. You can start retraining other agents at other offices by giving them access as well too, and see when they're logging in, and you can reach out to them and engage. It shows you're caring. It shows you're holding them accountable. And that little touch, wow, I finished that course and he reached out. That's pretty awesome. Maybe you give them the certificate in an email or text, or maybe you announce, hey man, you just earned a designation. You can put these 3 letters after your name now. You're a negotiations expert, things like that, because you took our negotiation class, for example. And you can reach out, even though they haven't come in the office and they're doing it at home or they're in a different office. It shows you're watching, which also means it shows that you're watching when they don't do what they're supposed to. And that is everything.